If you've been waiting for a family EV that doesn't look like a spaceship or drive like a science experiment, Toyota might have just built your next SUV, because America's favorite three-row no-drama SUV has gone fully electric for 2027. Toyota's own teaser calls it sleek, modern, and confirms it's a BEV with a three-row cabin wearing the Highlander nameplate.
We weren't allowed to drive the car just yet, but we've seen it, sat in it, poked it, prodded it, and we've got some thoughts. And I'm not kidding, this might be the most premium feeling Toyota yet.
For years, Toyota's Highlander formula has been simple, reliable, efficient, sensible, and easy to live with, basically the SUV equivalent of a good pair of jeans. But for 2027, the Highlander is being positioned as Toyota's first three-row BEV in the US, and makes a big step into the family EV space that's been owned by the Kia EV9 and Hyundai Ioniq 9. And Toyota is being, well, very Toyota about it. They're not calling it Highlander EV, it's just Highlander, now complete with BEV badges. This isn't a side quest, this is the next chapter. And before everyone freaks out, the Grand Highlander stays on its own path, so Toyota can keep selling big hybrid-friendly family haulers while the standard Highlander goes electric.
Toyota having a competitor in the class makes sense, but here's the part we didn't expect. This 2027 Highlander doesn't feel like Toyota trying to just make an argument. It genuinely feels like Toyota trying to punch above the badge. The design is legitimately head-turning, clean, modern, and way more confident than the current Highlander's friendly appliance vibe. And the details are doing the heavy lifting. The stance looks planted, the surfacing looks crisp, and the overall shape reads way more premium than you'd assume if you walked up blindfolded and someone told you, it's a Toyota. I'm not saying that it is a Lexus, I'm just saying that if you slapped an L on the hood and adjusted the grille a little bit, some folks might not know the difference.
We've seen Toyota tease the rear with BEV and all-wheel drive badges, plus that full-width taillight treatment, but in person, the whole thing comes together better than most first-gen EV attempts from legacy brands, and Toyota clearly understands what people want in a three-row EV. It can't look like a melted jelly bean, it can't look like something from a sci-fi movie, and most of all, it's gotta be simple and straightforward to interact with. This new Highlander threads the needle. It's modern but not weird, clean but not bland. It's got all the tech you want, but it's done in a way that's simple and familiar. Now let's talk cabin, because we're happy to report that beauty here isn't only skin deep.
The interior layout is thoughtfully done, meaning relatively upscale materials, clean design, and it feels like Toyota finally said, alright, what if we made the Highlander feel expensive on purpose? Honestly, it's the most Lexus Toyota we've ever experienced, which is a great thing. So, highlights from what we know and what we've seen. New 14-inch touchscreen with Toyota Audio Multimedia. New 12.3-inch digital gauge cluster. 64-color ambient lighting. Soft text trimming seating on the XLE. Heated front seats and heated steering wheel on the XLE. One-touch fold second row. Bless. And yes, the seats are ridiculously comfortable. Like, I'd go road trip this thing to Yellowstone and still be friends with my spine comfortable. Also, the flush door handles, they are clever. They make the car feel expensive, and I think they look really cool. Toyota describes it as a spacious three-row cabin built for comfort, which lines up exactly with what we're seeing here. Oh, and the second row can be had with either captain's chairs or a bench, and thankfully, they move quick and easy. No unnecessary electronics here. Toyota is leaning hard into the family usability, and the numbers they're putting out are super strong.
Think seating for up to 7 and over 45 cubic feet of rear storage with the third row folded flat. That's important because the EV family segment has traditionally had a problem. See, a lot of these three-row EVs are really 2 rows with a bonus bench for people you don't really like. If Toyota actually got the real-world stuff right, and after seeing the Highlander up close, it sure seems like they did, this suddenly gets very interesting. Easy access, a third row that actually works, and cargo space that doesn't completely disappear once you toss in a stroller. That's the stuff that really matters.
Toyota says there will be 2 grades at launch, the XLE and the Limited, and they're available with front-wheel drive or all-wheel drive depending on how you spec it. For the XLE, you'll get full-width LED DRLs, front acoustic glass, 19-inch wheels with aero caps, semi-flush electronic door handles, heated front seats and heated steering wheel, second row seats with one-touch fold, 12.3-inch digital cluster, 14-inch touchscreen, 6-speaker audio, 64-color ambient lighting, TSS 4.0, which is huge, NACS charging port, DC fast charging compatibility, paddle shifters with regen braking, dual voltage charging cable, and a drive recorder.
Limited adds the OK Toyota package, head-up display memory mirrors with reverse tilt, ventilated front seats, heated second row seats, rear sunshades, advanced park traffic jam assist, panoramic view monitor, front cross traffic alert, and the Limited is also where Toyota stacks the bigger battery, bigger range situation. Here's what Toyota is claiming. XLE 77 kilowatt hour battery, 287 miles. XLE/Limited optional big battery, 95.8 kilowatt hours battery, 320 miles.
That 320 mile figure should be enough to stave off panic buying a hybrid. Now, performance-wise, Toyota is quoting up to 338 combined system horsepower and 323 foot-pounds of torque. Plenty for the 3-row family EV. Not track day, bro, but absolutely enough to make merging a personality trait. Toyota is explicitly calling out NACS charging port compatibility for DC fast charging. That matters because NACS is quickly becoming the default conversation in North America, and Toyota has already framed its NACS migration strategy around access to broader fast charging options.
Translation? Less charger roulette, more just plug in and stop thinking about it. Now, one of the coolest features Toyota is baking into the story here is vehicle to load or V2L capability, meaning the Highlander can power external devices or act as a backup power in emergency, as long as you buy the bi-directional accessory setup. This is the kind of EV feature that sounds like a gimmick until you're camping, or your power goes out, or you're inflating an air mattress while your kids are watching a tablet and you realize it actually kind of rules.
Toyota is also tying this Highlander to its US manufacturing expansion. It's assembled at Toyota Motor Manufacturing Kentucky, and battery modules assembled at Toyota Battery Manufacturing North Carolina and a partner supplier in the US. Toyota has been talking for years about building a US assembled 3-row BEV in Kentucky powered by North Carolina batteries, and reports have also pointed to Toyota's plan to build EV SUVs at its Kentucky plant as part of its broader US EV ramp. So this isn't compliance EV energy, this is Toyota setting up a chessboard for the next decade.
Because this is an overview, here's what still matters, and what Toyota hasn't fully nailed down publicly in the details we've seen. Pricing, for one, and whether this lands at attainable or no. We expect it to start in the low to mid 50s, but we might be pleasantly surprised seeing as cars like the Solterra start at $38,000. The Highlander could have a starting price that starts with a 4. We also don't know things like charge curve and peak DC fast charging speed, real-world efficiency, especially for those all-wheel drive models, the towing rating, and how it compares in actual usable space to today's Highlander versus Grand Highlander, and, of course, how it drives.
Let me land the plane with this. If Toyota executes this the way it looks like they're executing it, the 2027 Highlander could become the default recommendation for families who want an EV but don't want to adopt a new personality to own one. It looks upscale, it looks premium, the interior is thoughtfully laid out, the seats are ridiculously comfy, and the design is shockingly good. It's giving Lexus attitude, but probably at Toyota ownership costs, and that is a very dangerous combo. With that, drop your questions down below because I already know what you're typing. How fast does this thing charge? And as soon as Toyota unwraps all the details, we'll follow up with the missing pieces. Because, well, if this thing delivers on the promises, well, the family SUV segment just got a whole lot more interesting. My name's Brad, that's the new Highlander. Actually, that's just Trav, and promise me one thing, keep living the ideal lifestyle.